How's it going, you guys? Nathaniel R here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can complete the trials over in Muspelheim. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say it correctly, so I have to say it like that in order to make myself feel better, or I'm a crazy person. But I'm going to be showing you kind of my guide on what I did in order to complete it. Most of them are not too bad. There's one in particular that's absolutely horrendous. You'll see when we get to it, and I'll make sure to tell you the one that I hate. But yeah, so we're going to jump on over to that. But first, if you guys do like the video, make sure to hit that like button, to subscribe to the channel, and also to hit that bell notification button so you're notified whenever I go live. That helps me out, helps the channel out a lot. And yeah, so anyways, without further delay, let's get on over there and let's do it. Now that we're here in this location, this is going to be the starting point. So when you first get here, there's going to be a Nornir Chest. So it'll look a little bit different than this. I've already completed them, that's why it looks like this. But there will be a Nornir Chest. In order to unlock it, we'll have to do trials in each of these locations to unlock the first set of chests and to progress the first step. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the left first, and we're going to go to this sword. The first trial is going to be Sword Master. Sword Master is pretty easy and straightforward. You basically just take on the enemies that have the same element. So for this one, I think the first one we need Flame, because these guys have ice. So you just break their shield by the opposite color. So like that, it showed that they were blue. So you just take them out. These guys over here are going to be Flame. So you just break their shield by using ice. Then there's going to be a little bit more that's going to spawn over here. So basically, like I said, you're just going to be matching these guys. If you throw your spear at them. Sorry, I can't hit them because I'm bad. And you do that, it usually breaks their shield pretty quick. You don't have to though. You just do it however you want. But you're basically just matching it to their element and just taking them out. You don't have to. You can use whatever weapon you do. It just will make it so they die faster. So that'll just make it a little bit more efficient. So that's how that challenge works. After we complete that challenge, what we're to do is right at the same one, we're going to do the next challenge, which is Flawless. Pretty straightforward. All you need to do is you need to complete the challenge without getting hit. So the way that I found that was most useful for me personally is I just tried to stay back as much as I could and just do ranged attacks. You can do it however you want, just keeping an eye on that little thing on the side that tells you that there's stuff coming at you, and just playing kind of really passively just so you can complete it. And that's all you really have to do with this one. It could take a little bit longer, but if you're being smart and taking your time, it's not a big a deal. You just got to be careful. Another note is if you do stagger an enemy and you do the grapple with them, it gives you a couple invincibility frames so that you don't have to worry about getting hit. But just, take it slow, take your time with it, and this challenge is not too hard. Now we'll head to our next challenge. The next challenge is going to be up here in the middle, and it's going to be called the Ring Out Challenge. This is one of my absolute favorite ones. It's hilarious, and it can be a ton of fun, and it's honestly one of the easier ones to do, at least in my personal opinion. All we have to do is this one is put our weapons away, and then we're going to lock on and just punch people off the cliffs. That's pretty much it. You just want to knock them in. They regenerate health really quickly, so the best bet is just to use your mighty Spartan and just kick them off. And then you get the progress pretty easy. And that's all you have to do with this challenge. It's just a lot of pushing them out. This is the one that I found the easiest. You just push them in and call it good. And yeah, that's that challenge. Then we'll be at the next challenge after you completed that one. For this one, it's at the same location. It's going to be called the Feed the Rift. This one's also pretty easy. All you pretty much do is, I'll show you right here. You're going to take out one enemy. So we're going to do some damage and put them on their knees. Just kidding. That's weird. Take them out and they'll drop an orb. The bigger the enemy, the bigger the points that you get from doing it. But the goal is just to take them out quickly, pick up the orb, throw it in. And there's two waves of this. There's the first wave that's 6. And then after you beat the first wave, it's going to be the second wave, which is 15. And like I said before, the bigger the enemy, the more points you get, but also it takes a little bit longer to kill. So you play by ear. It's not too hard of a challenge. It actually is pretty easy. The hardest thing for me, at least, is hitting the target because I'm trash. But yeah, that's pretty much all it is for this challenge. Now that we're done with the middle challenges, we're going to go over to the right side. So when you first enter, it'll be the sword on the far right. From where we're at right now, it'll be the sword on the left, but it is the right sword when you first come to Muspelheim. This one, the next challenge is going to be population control. For this challenge, all you have to do is try to keep the ads low while trying to do damage to the main boss. So what I do is I just try to clear up a few of these guys really quick. Just try to keep them down as low as you can. As you see them get to 3, that's usually when I tend to go and try and take out the other guys. And that's pretty much all you have to do. So mainly focus on the boss, but once the ads start spawning in and there's at least 3, then I go and try to take out 1 or 2, then go back and start doing damage on the boss. And just rinse and repeat until the main alpha is gone, and that's it. For the next challenge, it is the absolute worst one in my personal opinion. I hate this one. I struggled the most on this one. It took me like 4 or 5, maybe 6 tries or something like that to beat it. It's an absolute pain in the butt. For this challenge, there will be a circle that will spawn for the first wave. What you have to do is you have to keep the enemies out of it. There's a few different things that I did to try and complete this one. I used one with my shield bash where I tried to punch him out and then just try to keep doing that and punch and punch and punch. Once you defeat the first wave, easy, you know, not too bad. Second wave sucks because now there are 2 circles you have to try to keep ads out of, and the enemies keep on spawning. So what you do is you have to go and clear them both out of the circle, jumping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth forever, and do it until the time runs out. What you'll have is you'll have this bar that fills up as enemies are in it. If it fills all the way out, then you lose and you fail the challenge. So that sucks. And then there's a third wave where there's 3 circles you have to keep ads out of, and they spawn like crazy. So what I personally found that worked best for me is I went and just tried to kill ads. So the first wave, I went and killed as many ads as I could to keep them out of the circle. I use blades a lot because it's nice for throwing enemies. So I just used and tried to kill as many as I could. Then I went with second phase. I just tried to kill them as quick as I could. For the different challenges and stuff I tried to do, it didn't work great for me when I was bashing or doing these other ones where people are saying just to launch them out, because then they would just fill in the circle right away as soon as I went to try and do the other one. And then I had my abilities on cooldown, so the abilities didn't work. It was just a pain. So what I did is I just kept on trying and just tried to kill at least 2 or so at a thing. If there was 1, it wasn't as bad, but I just tried to kill 2. I noticed that when there's only 1 in it, it didn't count down as fast. So what you do is just try to kill out the majority of the enemies in the circle, then head to the next circle and rinse and repeat, and just try to do it as much as you can and as fast as you can. Worked for me. It's a pain and it sucks so much, but that's what you got to do. You just got to keep getting tries, and then after you complete this one, honestly, I think the rest of them aren't as bad. Like I said, that one to me in my mind was the worst one, and I hated that one with all my heart when I tried to do it originally. But yeah, that's going to be that for that challenge. And once that's complete, what you'll do then is you're going to come back down here to the center where you first came. Right here where you saw the Nornir Chest, you'll finally be able to open up and get some gear. So that's nice. And then what it'll do is it'll complete the first step of the quest, and then you'll now be on the final challenges. This is when it starts to get real fun. So just make sure you go back down and get that chest, and then you can start doing the next challenges. After you open the chest, what you're going to do is you're going to come back up here to the left, and we're going to be doing the 7th challenge, which is the Rampage. So we'll come over here and I'll show you what you need to do for this one. For Rampage, you just need to defeat 20 enemies within time limit. So not too bad. Like I said, the one before the King of the Hill is honestly the worst one, I personally think. The rest of these are not too hard. The Flawless one can be a little bit difficult, but this one, yeah, these are just not it. Now, after we complete that one, we're going to go to the middle sword. After we completed and got the Nornir Chest, we're now doing them in combinations to open up different chests to complete this thing. So what we're doing now is the middle one. The challenge we're going to do is called Health Steal. There's a few different things you can do with this one, the health steal. There is some armor that you can actually get, which is pretty easy to get. I'm going to make a video on it and I'll post it so you guys can see exactly where you need to go and get it. If you don't know, if you do know, it's this armor right here. Stagger them, then you grab them and it will give you a nice little health boost. You can also combine it with these gauntlets that I have right here. The Raven Tears you get from getting the first and second chest. I think it's like 16 or 18 the Eyes of Odin that you have to kill in order to get them. What this does is it increases the healing from Hellstone's Rage and Gear. So say you're grappling enemies and stuff like that, you can get a 15% bonus to that normal heal that it had, or 30% if you combine it, and or if you pick up health on the ground and stuff like that. So nothing too bad. With this health steal challenge, your health will be constantly going down. So having that armor will make this one a lot easier to complete. So the goal is just to complete as fast as we can. And if you grapple them, you can get your health back. And yeah, that's the health steal challenge. So not too bad. If you have that armor on, it makes it really easy. If you're a higher level like me, then you don't need to do anything. You just tank through it and just go. But yeah, that armor does make it easier if you are at a lower level like what I was when I first started. After you complete the health steal challenge, what you'll do is you'll actually come back down here to the center. This sword that appears after you get that Nornir Chest will have the next set of challenges. It's going to be kind of like a big one that'll unlock one of these side compartments. So you just come over here and it's going to be called Endurance. For this challenge, all you have to do is just stay alive while trying to take out all 99 of the enemies. It's not too bad. If you have the armor on that I mentioned before, it makes it a lot easier because if you need health, all you have to do is grapple the enemies, and then that'll make it so you can get health from them, and or if they drop this. Plus, if you have that armor on, it'll give you a bonus to all of those things picked up. But pretty much just take out enemies, stay alive, and yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this challenge. After completing the endurance challenge, what you're going to do is actually go straight to the right. Right now, like I said, we're working in combinations. So you're going to be trying to keep to this kind of flow or pattern as much as you can so that we can do the main sword and unlock the chest in the center. So we'll come over here to the far right. And the next challenge is going to be called Kill Use. Rapidly kill enemies to increase the timer. So another brute force where you just take out enemies as fast as you can to try and build the timer. And our goal is just to kind of keep going until we kill all the enemies. So you see, after I killed one, the timer went up. Now we've completed that one. We can pretty much do any challenge that we want as long as we do it in a specific pattern. So right, middle, left. Because what it will do is we're going to unlock patterns over here down on the ground. And it doesn't really matter which one you do as long as you do it in the combination of the ones on the ground. We're going to come over here and do the middle. So just do, like I said, any challenge that you want. It could be personal preference if you want. I like the ring out challenge because I think it's fun and it kind of changes it up a little bit. But the quickest one I find is probably Feed the Rift. Once you complete that challenge, we'll come down here to the center. The sword will be highlighted, and we will be able to do the next actual trial that counts towards the progression of this trials here. And that one's going to be called Boss Rush. For this Boss Rush is that you're going to be taking on a few different bosses. So once you kill one, the next one will appear. All you have to do is you take out 4 bosses, I believe. So there's one for every one of those sections. And that's pretty much all you have to do. And that's the Boss Rush challenge. So it's only 4 bosses. Once you complete it, then you'll get this chest right over here. Now that we've completed that challenge, the Boss Rush challenge will come over to the left one first. Complete it. Remember, you have to do it in the pattern like this in order to get the specific challenge. So the very first one you're going to do is the left one. You can do any of them that you want. Like I said, I like the weapon mastery, so we'll do that and we'll complete that one. After you complete that one, you'll come over to the far right side. What this is going to do is it's going to unlock the challenge, the Shield Breaker. So we're going to come over here. We'll complete this one over here. I'm going to pick the Kill Fuse because I think that one's the easiest. Once we complete that, we're to come all the way down here to the center. Then we'll have the next challenge. For this challenge, we're going to be doing the Shield Breaker. So just take out the ads first. then now we'll be able to take him out. So see, like that, we'll do a bunch of damage to him. Now that all of his ads are back, we do the back. We just kill the ads. And then we take him out. The last phase is a little bit harder because it adds another little boss to it, but I should be able to still do damage to this one. So you'll be able to just take out the boss, and after that one's dead, then you just have to focus on, if you take out the ads, you just take out this lady right here. And it's not too hard. This one, when I first did it, I was really low on health and stuff like that, so it was really hard. I constantly was taking health because I'm so bad at the game. So I took my time, stood back, and just threw my spear or threw ranged weapons at it just to keep her from getting close. You know, throw a thing at her head to stagger her when her antlers light up, and then just, you know, rinse and repeat until this boss is dead. For the next challenge, we are going to go to the very right one first. We'll come over here to the right, complete a challenge. Like I said, it doesn't matter what challenge you do for these phases, it's just in the pattern. So right challenge first, pick whatever challenge you want. And then we'll come over to the far left side. And again, with that, doesn't matter, just as long as you do a challenge on that one. What that will do is it'll unlock the next challenge here. That is going to be the Phantom Challenge. This one is, honestly, I think these guys are pretty much poop. So all you have to do is just stagger them. And that's pretty easy. If you got the emulsion build up on your, whatever on your weapons, that actually makes them so much faster. So like this, so see, I'm going to use this on my weapon and it builds a stagger up really fast. Then you just have to destroy the little objects around, and that's not too hard. You just break these. And then just destroy all three of these, and that's all that really matters. Now we just have to destroy the last one. Now we'll take out the ads. And come over here and hit the guy. And then you do the finisher on him. And that's it. That's that challenge done. For the next challenge, we are going to do the Ring of Fire. For this pattern, we are going to need to do the middle challenge. And after you complete one of the challenges there, then we're going to go to the left and complete a challenge in the left one. All of these directions are based off of the first, when you first get into the area, in the direction that you're looking. So once you complete the middle and this left one, you'll come back down here and we're going to do the Ring of Fire challenge. This one's pretty straightforward. Pretty much all you have to do is just stay inside the circle. You stay inside the circle, then you'll be pretty much fine. Just try and kill enemies while the circle moves and pay attention. I would recommend not doing the grab effect because the circle tends to move quite a lot. And if you are caught out of the circle when it rotates, it actually does a lot of damage to you. So I would just say, just skip it. Focus it on taking out enemies as best you can and paying attention to the circle's rotation. Boom. Now that is the Ring of Fire challenge completed. For the last challenge we are going to do, it's going to be called Onslaught. For the Onslaught challenge, we are going to need to do the middle and the right swords at the top. So we'll go all the way up to the middle one first. Complete the middle. Then you're going to come down to the right challenge. Complete one of the challenges at this sword. Then come back down here to the very start. For the last challenge that we're going to do, all you have to do is stay alive until the time ends. I believe it's 300 seconds. You do have a center. You just got to stay alive for that. You have the armor that we mentioned earlier in the video where you get healing and stuff like that from grappling enemies and stuff like that. That's perfect. This one, I do recommend grappling with them because it gives you a couple seconds of invincibility frames, which will make it so you can stay alive for those seconds and not have to worry. Plus, you get healing from it. So it's really, really nice. And that's pretty much all you have to do with this one is just try to play smart And that's pretty much it. That's all you have to do. Once you complete that, you will complete all of the trials, which will unlock the trophy. If you're going for 100% completion like I did, then that is something that's very integral to that progression or to completing that. Plus, you have some good gear and armor and stuff like that and resources that you can use to level up your gear to get you up to a pretty high level if you want. And now that you've completed that one, you'll unlock this. So now I can just go to the challenges. You probably were wondering why I could see them all right off the bat. And that's just because I completed. So now you can go and just do whatever challenge you want now and choose from what you want. Especially if there's an easier one that you like, you can go and do that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's the trials for you. It could be a lot of fun, pretty good stuff. And if once you complete it, you get some really awesome gear. I'll show you it right now. And this is the armor that you'll get after completing all of those. You'll get this armor set. And it's a pretty solid set. It's a really good looking set, super sick looking, and it's pretty solid. And once you do that, you can level it up and they get some pretty good stuff. If you had the other armor on that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I personally liked this armor more for a longer period of time because that health burst you get from grappling enemies is actually really, really nice. But completing all that is also, at least for me, it was very important, and you get some good resources that you can level up the other armor you get from doing this all the way to 9, so you can kind of start leveling your character up and getting them pretty powerful. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, to subscribe to the channel, and also to hit that bell notification button so you're notified whenever I post a new video. This video took a little while to make, so all of your support helps me out a ton, and I would really, really appreciate it. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Hopefully you have a good one, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.